Good morning. I gotta buy me some paper plates. I get tired of using plates after washing. I gotta buy me some paper plates. I like to wash dishes. I know. I'll be there in a minute. There's nobody really on here. There you go. You know, I be thinking I'd be really hungry. I really don't be hungry, so I just make one pancake. Cause too many pancakes is too many pancakes. Two pancakes for me is too much. When I was younger, I could eat 4 or 5 pancakes. But I think one pancake is enough. Jesus. One pancake is enough. You hear me? I think one pancake is enough. Yeah, I think one pancake is enough. One pancake is enough. We're doing breakfast tacos, just cheese and egg breakfast taco. No meat. Yeah, no meat. We don't eat no. We don't want no meat. We just want the eggs and cheese. No bacon, none of that. You know what I mean? Sorry, y'all, I was on the phone. But anyway, yeah, I was on the phone, so apologize. Yeah, I used to do more than one egg. I can do two, but I can only do one pancake. I can't do 2 or 3 pancakes. I just can't do it. That's too many goddamn pancakes. Too many pancakes. Too many pancakes. All right. Yes. Too many pancakes. I can't eat but one pancake. All right, let me see what y'all saying on here because I can't see. It ain't that many people on here. What, 35, 25? That's all. That's all. Everybody's doing what they doing out in the streets on a Saturday. Doing what they do. So, great show last night. We had quite a few views. I want you guys to remember that I'm going to show you guys something, okay? I'm going to show y'all something. I need y'all to do this for me, okay? I'm going to show you on my phone. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this around so you can see. Well, let me turn this around so I can show y'all right quick. Okay, so when you go to YouTube, let me see. When you go to my channel, hold on. Okay. I don't know. Are you guys? Do anybody know about liking videos? I mean, hyping up a video. Do y'all know what hyping a video means? I'm talking to the people that support me. If you don't support me, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that support me. Do you know what hyping a video means? Does anybody know what that means? Hyping a video. Does anyone know what that means? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I was gonna say I'm about to hang this up. Okay, does anyone know what hyping of it? Okay, so my video from last night, or any of my videos when I go live, this is my video from last night. Okay, well I might have to go to my other page to do it because I got more than one YouTube channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my second page, which says PT's point of view, but that's not the name of it. When you look it up, I think it's PT's something shit. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to go to PT's point of view, right? So go to view my channel, right? So, and go to your live. This is my live from last night right here. This is why D.O. Whisper didn't take the plea deal. Go here.
Are you over 40 and still don't have life insurance?
Like the video.
You need to hear this.
Like it.
$1 million life insurance policy.
Oh, after the ad. Hold on. After the ad. Okay, so like the video, right? Okay, see where it says hype the video? See, it won't let me do it because I did it too many times, but you can, yeah. So hype the video up when you get a chance. Let me see if I can hype another video up. Let me hype this one right quick. No, that's for members only. Okay. Let me hype this video. Well, okay. Well, anyway, you get it. Y'all get it. Okay, so please hype my videos. Thank you. If you can hype my videos up for me. I didn't even know anything about that until somebody told me about hyping the videos. Like, what the hell is hyping a video up? I guess I don't know. But anyway, hype the video. Last night, right at the end of me doing my show, if you go back and watch the video from last night, by the way, we had a great show last night. It was a lot of people watching. Thank y'all. We had a lot of views, but we had over 200 views. Well, it was more than 200, but anyway. Right before I finished the show last night, thank you. This shit came up about Jermaine Jackson. And I was talking to a friend of mine last night and said the people are so messy. Nobody wouldn't even, why would they release this stuff right after the Jackson 5? I don't care. When you have money and you got fame, people are always trying to get your money. They always trying to get your money. Now, so y'all don't want to say anything about these Jermaine Jackson allegations until the movie was released? Come on now. It's crazy. But that's the price you pay for being a star. Mm-hmm. That's the price you have to pay for being a superstar. They know damn well they could have talked about this a long time ago. Well, hopefully, it's not true. Hopefully he fights the allegations and move on with his life. Is it Jermaine the one that got the hairstyle? And my friend told me, he said he could send me the video so I could see it, but I said no. Well, he convinced me to go. He convinced me, he said, no, Peter, because I told him about how I felt about Joe Jackson. He said, no, Peter, you need to go see it. He said, yeah, it made him mad too because he got beat as a child too. His dad tried to beat the gay out of him. And he said his dad had cancer and his dad died from cancer and he didn't even go see him because he beat him so bad. That's why I told people last night, you better check how you treat your children because you're going to need them in the end, mate. You might, you may not. They had this guy. Now, see, this would have pissed me off. They had a guy at one of the movie things, and he was doing Michael Jackson up on the. You done jumped up on the stage while these people trying to watch the movie, and you doing Michael Jackson. Oh, well, hell no. Because the movie wasn't cheap. You up there trying to do the T-move Michael Jackson. Girl, sit your ass down. You could have done that outside. All they had to do is get a jam box and go out there and start dancing. People spend too much money to go to the movies to watch you get up there and cut up while they trying to watch the damn movie. And then he says some little gay guy was in there singing all the songs, dancing, performing, everything. When I was real skinny, in the 80s, I used to dress up as Michael. Yeah, when I was real skinny. The light-skinned Michael, though. I don't believe Michael molested any children. That I don't believe. I never will believe that. But I do believe Michael set himself up, put himself in position to make people think that. Because him being a grown man, you don't let people sleep in the bed with you. You just don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. I wouldn't sleep in the bed with my nieces or my nephews. Nope, ain't gonna do it. You know? Sometimes you put yourself in positions and you may not mean any harm, but it just, sometimes it's the way it looks, you know? Like, I don't like when mothers or fathers let the kids sit on the uncle's laps and the cousins' laps. No, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. No, you're not sitting on uncle's lap. Because a lot of y'all don't know this, but them uncles was molesters back in the day. Little young boys and little young girls, that was molesters. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Do not force your kids to sleep, sit on your uncle's lap or your cousin's lap. Nope, do not force them. When they start crying or something, they might be crying for a reason. Oh, that's my brother. That's her uncle. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Don't do it. And another thing, be careful who you let your kids stay with. And I know some of y'all, you can't help it. Sometimes you don't have a babysitter. And you have, unfortunately, have to face, leave your kids with people you probably don't, that you think you can trust. That's the only thing I'm glad. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad I didn't have children. I was going to say I'm glad I was gay, but you can still be gay and have children. As a male, I can produce a child, but I'm so glad I don't have children because I'm telling y'all right now, I would be in prison behind mine. I've been in prison behind my child. Yeah. Can't trust nobody. And I can't imagine being a mother or a father and having to leave your children at a school. I remember when this girl across the street used to keep us, she threw a can and hit me in my head. A 7-Up can. I told my mama years later. Mm-hmm. And she said, "What? You didn't tell me that?" I said, "No, I didn't tell you, but I never forgot it." But that lady, she's suffered since then. She has some really bad. That lady I'm talking about is the one who's, her mama is the one that slept with my stepfather. The Sheila, my mama's best friend, Sheila, right across the street from my mama. Yeah, her child. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that big brother shit either. I don't like that shit. I know they might mean well, but I don't trust that big brother shit. No, ma'am. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The bottom line is, you just don't know who the molester is. You don't know. I remember. Oh, I've said this before. I'll repeat it again. That If I had a neighbor and me and her were best friends, I mean, we were best friends. It was like, oh, PT, I love you. Like, she loved my shows. She liked the drag show. And she got pregnant, right? And we've been friends since high school. She's like, I need you to keep my children. Mm-mm. You're my best friend. Nope. Because, bitch, the day that you don't pay me my money that you owe me for keeping these kids, these badass kids, y'all gonna make up all kind of lies and stories on me. I'm not putting myself in that position. I'm good. You better go find somebody else to watch because I'm not gonna watch it. Only kids I'm watching is my nephews and my nieces. That's it. And they about grown now. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So, but yeah, she sure did hit me upside my head with a can. Told me to shut up. I never forgot. I never forget that. And unfortunately, she had a son that killed himself. I believe so. I think that's what my mama told me. Mm-hmm. That's the same lady's mama who slept with my mama's husband, my stepdaddy. And she lived right in front of my mama. You got to watch them hoes, too. I should call her a hoe. She did that, but... So my mama went over to the house, not her house, but another house. Opened the door and that bitch was pressing my daddy's hair. And then had the nerve to put a gun on my mama. My mama forgave her. She forgave him. We were friends again, yeah. Unfortunately, she died from cancer. My younger siblings who are younger than me, they don't really know all the things. They hear about it, but they don't really know what I experienced as a little boy and a teenager with my stepfather and my mother. They don't know that. They don't understand why mama left my dad, my stepfather, because they were younger and they don't understand. Well, they heard now, they know now that he was cheating on her and fighting her and stuff like that. Mama fight back though. She didn't just get beat up. She fought back. And then, it kills me when the younger ones say, I don't understand why you left daddy. Well, if you've been cheating all this time and you get tired of it, you just get tired. You get what I'm saying? And when you had enough, you had enough. And I get so mad when I hear my brothers and sisters say, she shouldn't have never left. Imagine being in a little town and you know that your husband is pretty much slept with half the town. You don't want to be, you want to get out of that environment. You just want to move on with your life, right? Well, my mama had enough. My dad used to work for Greyhound. He went on one of these long trips. I told y'all this story before. She packed her shit and we all hit it. We're on our way to Austin and ended up going to Houston. That's how I ended up in Houston. You can't never tell a woman what she needs to do when it comes to a relationship and an abusive relationship. Yeah. You can't never tell a woman how she's supposed to respond to a man that's abusive to her or cheating on her. You can't tell a woman what to do. I don't give a fuck if she got 20 kids. She got to do what's best for the kids and what's best for her. You follow what I'm saying? So, nope. Yep, that's what my mama did. Yeah, you did the right thing. And I don't know if how old you are, but I don't know if you have some kids or maybe somebody don't feel like that you shouldn't have did it or you should. No, baby, when you had enough, you've had enough, and you get out of there. Hmm. Yeah. And I just hate that when my mom left and I was young, in my 20s, and we moved to Houston. It was like me moving to, heaven, seeing all them guys, them gay guys, and I was young and I had never seen anything like that. So I was in my own little world, and I wasn't being the man that I should have been. And so I failed my mother. And so that's why when people say, "Oh, you good to your mom," but see, because people don't understand that I wasn't there for her in my 20s. Hmm. Hmm. I wasn't there for her in my 20s, and because I was trying to be gay and trying to, I'm in Houston, and I'm just me coming from a little country town. This was, I thank God I didn't get AIDS. Oh, I thank God I didn't get AIDS and die. You know what I mean? For not being there for my mama. Because, it says in the Bible that a disobedient child days will be numbered. But somebody had to be praying for me because it was around the time that people was dying, people were dying and stuff. And, whew, maybe mama was praying and saying, God, let my son, no matter what he do, just protect him. That had to be what it is. Because I saw people younger than me dying from AIDS. Whew, damn. So that's why I moved home and to be there for my mother and try to be there, try to support her and stuff. Even though we disagree on a lot of things, I still try to respect her and, be there for her and stuff like that. But boy, I tell you, yeah, but when you had enough with somebody, you move on. You just move on. A lot of people wonder why am I single. I've been in relationships before, but I saw what my mom, dad went through, and whether you gay or straight, you don't want to be in no type of relationship. I don't even want to be in a verbal uh, abusive relationship. I don't want to be in anything like that. I know people argue and people disagree and stuff like that, but when you get to raising hands and over talking somebody and thinking that you run them, no. I'd rather be single for the rest of my life. Hmm. I'm talking to somebody right now, and I had to hang up on them last night. Because first of all, you're not going to sit here and talk to me and tell me about your past relationships. You cannot keep telling you I don't want to hear about your past relationships. I don't want to hear that. Oh, you gonna hang up on me? Yep. Because I keep telling you I don't want to hear about your past relationships. I have nothing to do with that. I ain't gonna tell you about mine. Child, I have no. At this age, 25, allegedly, I guess I just don't have no patience. Okay, I ain't got time. Mm. Anyway, on a lighter note, um, yeah, everybody deserves a healthy relationship. And but here's the deal: I'm no shade to white people, no shade to Mexican or any other race. I'm just not into any other race unless it's black. And I live in a small country town, and most of the men here are in the closet on the DL, and I don't have time. I dated when I was in Houston. I dated and everything. I was in a relationship when I lived in Atlanta. I had a boyfriend, a whole boyfriend in Atlanta. But, if I was in a white man, oh, baby, I'd be in a relationship right now. The white man be hitting me up on Grindr. Not interested. Sorry. Not interested. Yeah. Not interested. Anyway, y'all. All right. I had a crazy dream last night. I can't remember. It'll come back to me, yeah. Baby, listen. Don't feel sorry for PT. I've been in enough relationships that have wrapped circles. Runs. I've been in enough relationships where it can go around the world. Starting at 18. Yes. Yeah, and I don't date guys with makeup on. No, that's a no-no. And if I was to dress and drag, and I attract a lot of guys like that, but I can't date a man with a wig on. I can't do it. That's not my calling. I don't go down that lane. So, but yeah, if I was in a larger city, I'd be going on dates and stuff like that. I met some guys here in my hometown, but child. Yeah, ain't got time. If a man come to me talking about dating me with a wig on, I'll be like, girl, you got the wrong one, honey. Ain't doing that, because I hate putting on makeup anyway. I hate putting on makeup. It's drag. I don't like that. I do it for the money. I do it for, the shows. You say, what would you do if a man had millions of dollars? Well, we might have to talk. I got to tell y'all. Story time. Okay, so here's the story time. True story. So I was in D.C. years ago, back in the 90s. And I went to go do a talent show. And they was giving away $200. I said, bitch, I'm going to go get this 200. So I get there, do the show. I know I really won, but they cheated me. I didn't win. And I was thinking, oh, I'm going to win. I'm going to take this $200. I'm going to catch an Uber. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Sorry, that was my nephew. I was going to tell him congratulations on his.
What are you showing on back at him? Hey, and see, you need shoes because there's broken plastic and stuff.
I was going to congratulate him on his karate classes. He's taking. Let me show y'all his picture. Hold on. My nephew's taking karate classes. Some of y'all been following me a long time. Man, my little nephew, he was just a little bitty thing. Oh my God, he's grown up so much. Let me show y'all his karate picture I got this morning. They sent me. He's growing up so fast. I don't even want to see him grow up. I don't, but he has to grow up. So, and then I can do about that. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Then I'm going to tell y'all the story. Here we go, right here. Well, it's another one I want to show y'all. This picture right here. They do. They grow up fast. He calls me, and he be trying to call my sister or his other granny, and he get the number. He said, "Oh, Uncle, I'm sorry. I was trying to call Amara." I said, "Okay, bye." It's the fact that he's picking up the phone, using the phone. I'm like, Lord Jesus. Here we go right here, y'all. My little karate partner. There you go. Look at him. Yeah, that's the little baby that y'all used to see a long time ago. Yep, that's him. Child, he already crazy. So I told my sister, child, he gonna hurt somebody in school because he already crazy. So anyway, so yeah, he is. So I went to do the talent show, and I didn't win. So I thought I was gonna win. I usually win the talent shows. And I did have any makeup remover. I made tips, you know. I made enough to get home, but I wanted that 200. So a white man approaches me. It looked like he had on a tuxedo. Yeah, that was so long ago, I don't remember. And he approached me. He goes, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm fine. How are you?" "Sir, I'm not a prostitute." He said, "I didn't ask you if you were a prostitute." He's like, "You're very cute." I was like, "Thank you." I was over it. I was ready to go home. I didn't get the 200. I was pissed. He was like, "You didn't win the talent night?" I go, "No." He goes, "I'll give you $100 if you come hang out with me." For sex? "No, just come hang out with me." "Are you a cop?" "No." "Okay." Y'all remember that scene from Jumpin' Jack Flash when Whoopi Goldberg had on that blue dress and she was walking down the street with all that big hair on it? She's walking like a man. Here I am walking down the street in DuPont Circle in DC, you know, with my bag. I was like, "Bitch, I'm going to get this $100, right?" So, hold on. Give me a second. So I'm like, "Bitch, I'm going to get this $200. I mean, this $100. So he's like, "Okay, so when we get there," he said, "you just walk behind me and walk into the hotel." I was nervous. I was like, Lord, I know this man is a cop. I'm going to get killed. Something going to happen, but I needed that $100. So I had my little bag. He walked in, then I walked in, and I came up to the room. I looked around. I was like, "Man, are you sure you're not a police officer?" Because, well, I'm not having sex with you anyway. But he had already gave me the $100. He gave me the $100 before I even got there. So and we walked in, we was talking and everything. He was married to a Black woman. And he always, yeah, the blue dress, yeah. He always had a fantasy of being with a drag queen, a Black drag queen, or a transgender, whatever. And I said, "Sir, I'm not interested in having sex with you." He said, I told you I didn't want sex. I just want to talk to you." Okay. He pulled out another $100. Bitch, I won the talent night, okay? So that was $200. But then things started changing. He was like, "Would you dance with me if I put on some music?" Mm-hmm. I give another $100. Y'all, this is a true fucking story, okay? So he put on some music. Okay, let's keep up with how much money he gave me, because that's $200, right? He gives me another $100 for dancing. That's $300. So we get up, he put on the music, and we dancing. We slow dancing and stuff, you know. And he was that was his fantasy. You know, he was getting off to it. He said, "Have you ever been a bad girl?" I said, "Huh? A bad girl, like a stripper type of girl? Have you ever stripped?" I said, "Sir, I'm not a girl. I'm just, you know, a drag queen. I'm not a girl. I don't have this." He said, "If I marry you, would you get those?" "No, I would not. I'm happy being a man. I just do shows. I told you that when I first met you." "Oh, I always want to be with a transgender." I said, "Well, I'm not transgendered and I'm not getting breasts. I like what I have." He said, "Well, can you act like a stripper for me? You have another $100? That was $400. Baby, I was up in the bed. Well, hold on, I forgot to tell y'all that. That 100 he gave me, I put it up here. And I started acting like a stripper and stuff like that. This is a true story, no lie. This is a true, but I've told this story before, but y'all probably never heard it. So I got down and everything. He said, so we drank some wine. We was just talking. He said, "You are so gorgeous. You sure you wouldn't want to get breast? And I'll take care of you." He said he was a doctor. He told me he was a doctor. Nah, dude. No, dude. I ain't gonna do that. And so he said, "You are so beautiful, and I would love to spend some more time with you." He told me where he lived. I don't remember whatever I said. I said, "How would your wife feel about if she knew you was, thank you for the gift, if your wife feel like she knew you was doing this?" She'd be very upset with you. Yeah, she would. I said, "Why don't you just get a divorce from her and go find you what you really like? Because I really love her." "No, you don't. You don't love your wife. You're cheating on your wife, dude." Like that. He said, "You're so right. You're so right. And you know what? I feel like you're my psychiatrist. You're just telling me what I need to do." He started crying. Remember, we was drinking wine. So I said, "I'm going to pay you for being my psychiatrist." This bitch gave me another $100. Okay, so we up to 500. Okay, so I'm not lying, y'all. So he's crying and he's all upset, and he's just upset. I said, "Well, don't cry. It's going to be okay." I said, "You need to be faithful to your wife, You need to be faithful to your wife. Yeah, I know. Da 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 da." So we up to 500, right? So he's like, "Can you strip again? But this time just with the bra on." All right, so we up to 600. So and I danced for him and everything. And I really thought he wanted sex. He didn't want sex. Maybe because he didn't want sex because he had a wife, whatever. And, maybe he didn't think he would give her something or whatever. I don't know. So we up to $600. So he's like, "Well, we kissed. We did kiss. And, like smacking him like this and kiss me on my cheek. And he really did not want sex. He just was lonely and wanted to spend some time. And so he said, "Well, you know what? You've been so kind to me. And I don't know, what I could do to make you change your mind about, getting breast implants." So, dude, I ain't getting no fucking, I'm a dude, my nigga. I ain't getting no goddamn breast implants, And so he was like, "Well, you ready to go back home?" I said, "Yeah, I'm ready to go back home." He goes, "Do you have enough money for for the cab? How much is the cab?" I said, "It might be like because anybody live in DC know this area called we at the time I had a roommate, and I can call her right now if she answers the phone, and she will tell you it was around the first of the month, and that was half my rent money, because I remember going back to the apartment and telling her, and it was what's that area called in DC? What was that area called in DC? It used to be the hood, but I heard that they kind of cleaned it up now. Hold on one second. What's that area in DC? Washington DC train map. Let me put it up. Let me pull up the what was the name of that area that we lived in? Anybody out here from DC know that area? Metro train map. Anacostia. That's it. Anacostia. It is right here. So I lived in Anacostia. Anybody will tell you that's like, I don't know if it used to be the hood. I don't know what it's like now. Let me see if I can find it on here, Anacostia. Nobody in here from DC? Nobody Anacostia? I'm looking for it on here. Yeah, Anacostia. I thought it was the yellow line. I don't see it right here. Nobody in here from DC out of 95 people don't know where Anacostia is? Okay, I'm looking for it on the map. But anyway, that's where I lived at the time. And let's see, Anacostia. I don't see it. I thought it was the yellow line. I can't believe I have 90-some people on here. Nobody's in here from the DC area. Okay, but I don't see Anacostia on here. But wait a minute, here it is. Columbia Heights, George Avenue, Gallery Place. I don't see Anacostia. I don't see it. DuPont Circle. But anyway, that's where we lived at the time. And so when I got home, I told my friend Onyx, I said, he do drag too. I said, bitch, I got the rent money, bitch. So anyway, so he was like, do you have cab fare? I said, no, because, there was a list back then. He gave me another $100. So not only did I win the talent night twice, I got a big tip. I'll never forget that. I will never ever forget that. Yeah. That was crazy. My days in DC. Then I met a guy in DC that was married to a preacher, a woman preacher. I met him at DuPont Circle, and at the time I had to have been in my late 20s, and I had a basement apartment in DC, and he actually helped me pay my rent for like 3 or 4 months. It wasn't free, but you know that, right? I didn't even know he had a wife until he slipped up and told me his wife was a minister and she had a church. Mm-hmm. These men. But anyway, the cruise, y'all. I'm so happy people are starting to pay the cruise now. What, at $25? If you're interested in going, please call that number 972-885-8492. Now look, somebody just sent me a message on YouTube and they asked me, what time is it right now? And they're looking at my video from last night. Let me read them. What time is it right now? This is 12 minutes ago, so they're watching my video right now. Darling, I'm live on YouTube right now. Why is it people don't see that I'm on the live? Okay, why are you not here? Not here. Okay. So the person's name is Mad Dog. What am I, reckless? Let me see if he's gonna come to the live. Let's see if he's gonna come to the live. So anyway, the cruise. If you guys are interested in going, the rates start out at $5. Let me put it up for you right quick. I'm so sick of Temu. I should have never got anything on it. Thank you for the $2. Hold on. Give me a second. If you're interested in going on the cruise right now, we have a special $25 per person. We'll get you locked in with the real cheap rate that we have right now. We leave out of Galveston, Texas. It's Martin Luther King weekend. Most of you are going to be off Saturday. You're going to be off Sunday, and you're going to be off Monday. So the only days you take off is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we leave, it's a 6-day cruise. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we'll be back. If it's 6 days, I think we'll be back Thursday then. I don't know, maybe Friday. No, if we leave Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll be back Friday. Yeah, because we'll leave Sunday. So only days you really take it off is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days is really taking off because most people are off on the weekends. Most people might be off King weekend. So it's just a 4-day cruise. Okay. The cheapest room that we have right now is $575, I believe. Let me look it up. And Penny told me to tell everybody, PT, you got to tell everybody you have nothing to do with the money. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just a cruise, but I am going to have a throwback party and an open mic night where you can perform, tell jokes, sing poetry, hell, preach if you want. We don't care. Yeah, I'm doing the thing, no theme, but if I have enough people, which I think I am, I may have two events, and I may have a theme party like a 70s, 80s throwback, something like that. And I may even have a Sunday's brunch, like a brunch. I don't know about it. Now we won't be there on the Sunday, so I may not do Sunday yet. Okay, but oh yeah, Penny say, PT, can you remind people that you have nothing to do with the money? Yes, let me emphasize that. I have nothing to do with this money. I don't get paid for this. This is something I want to do. Now, of course, they'll give me points and stuff like that for as many people that come on the room. But no, I'm not a travel agent. So you don't go through me. You don't give me your money. You don't give me your credit card. Everything goes through Carnival. Hey, good morning, Cassie. All right. So I'm glad Penny reminded me to tell everybody that, because y'all know how y'all niggas are when it comes to money. And y'all like me, okay? Bitch, I'm not giving this hoe my credit card. So yeah, I have nothing to do with the coins, but I will have something to do with the money that you send for my comedy show the last Sunday in July. Tickets are going on sale next week. I'm so excited. Finally, tickets will be going on sale next week. I'm trying to get to the prices for these rooms. Hold on. And you can go online you can go online to buy tickets for the comedy show. Okay, everybody? You can go online to buy tickets for the comedy show. So the room's starting out at hey, whoever that is. Hello, welcome in. So the rooms are starting out, the cheapest room we have right now is $514 per person. That is per person. Somebody said, that's all it is? It's what, $514? No, ma'am. It's per person. So now I think, if I'm not mistaken, with a inside cabin, I think you can only get 3 people in that, but with an ocean view and a balcony, you can get more than 3. Now, inside cabin is $514 per person. Okay, thank you for following me. Okay, so, and then the ocean view is $649 per person. The balcony is $764 per person. This 25 deposit it's limited right now, because after the 10th of May, it may go up. It may be higher, it may be lower, but the price is going to change. Okay, so by May 10th, that $25 special won't be there anymore. It could be something else. I don't know. Okay, so take advantage of that $25 per special, $25 per person special. Now you don't get a lot of people think you pay that $25, they go give you your cabin and room number. No, they're not. You won't get that until you pay the full deposit, which is due August the 10th. Okay. May, June, July, August. You got 4 months to pay $250, man. You got a whole 4 months to pay the whole $250, and that's per person. All right. And that's due August the 10th, $250. And then that's when they will give you your cabin number. Okay. And it doesn't have to be paid off until October the 19th. The 19th of October. And remember, that $250 that you paid toward that room, that goes toward your deposit. So if your room is $514 and you put the $250 toward that, you pretty much already paid for your room. If your deposit is $250, you've already put $650. You already put $250 toward the $659. You don't have too much left. Now, there's a certain number that you have to call. So again, if you want that number, you have to call me or text me, PT's point of view at gmail.com or comedian PT at yahoo.com, and I'll send you the flyer. Because you have to go through. Somebody said, "Oh, I booked already." No, you're not, because it didn't come to my email. If you pay the $25, it won't. Oh, that's another thing I got to tell y'all. If you do pay the $25, please get in contact with me and let me know, because they won't send me anything financial, to let me know what's what until you pay that full deposit. Once you get your cabin, then that's when they'll let me know, that you own. You ain't really on board till you pay that deposit, which is $250. Okay. And you have until, again, August the 10th to pay it. Okay? August the 10th. All right. Now, and then somebody said, well, I'm calling them and it's cheaper if you call them, you can still go on the ship, But if you see 80, 90 of us over here in the little group, we're not going to even allow you in our group because it won't be fair to other people who went through and used the code and went in the group text. It's a group thing. That's why we call it a group cruise. Okay. You don't need a passport. All you need is your driver license and your ID. We're going to Cozumel. I've been there a million times. I've never been to Rotan, so I'm excited about going there. Okay. Damn, I thought I'd have been everywhere. Again, you don't have to pay it off until the 19th. Now, are there any extra charges? Yes. The only extra other charges is I call them incidentals, but they call gratuities. So the gratuities don't have to be paid until you get on the ship. And all the gratuities are different prices for different rooms. The larger room may be 90, 100. Medium room maybe 70, 80, and the other room may be 60, the smaller room. And all that is for people to clean in your room. But that don't have to be done until you get on the ship. All right. You ain't got to worry about that. Now, the insurance is totally up to you. You can call Carnival and ask them what all comes with the insurance. When will be the best time? To me, I wouldn't get the insurance until you pay not pay for the cruise, but put down your first deposit, which is $250. Because then you spending money now. All right. So when you do the gratuities the day before you come back, I do it all the time. Go down to the front desk, say, hey, I want my money back on my card for the gratuities because I'm going to give them cash. And you could do that because I'm not going to tip them and my room is fucked up and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. I'm going to tip them according to what they did in my room. Okay. So now therefore, it's internet package. Always get the internet before you get on the ship because if you get on the ship, it's going to cost more. If you get it before you get on the ship, then it'll be a little bit less. But you really, really want that internet package because you want to be able to go live. You want to be able to show videos. Now, here's another thing. There's something called Fun Day at the Sea. Now, Fun Day at the Sea means that you're going to be in the ocean for 2 days chilling, And so you do want internet so you can keep up with family, find out all the stuff that's going on in the world, stuff like that. And I think the internet package may be like $100, something like that. But it's worth it. It's worth it. I got to have the internet. I have to have the internet package, okay? Now, if you don't have the internet package, I will tell you that they do have this free thing that you can put it on your phone. It's an app where you can keep up with people on the ship. Okay, so just so you know that. But once you get to Mexico, you should be good because you can use, in Mexico, definitely Cozumel, you can use your phone. Okay. Hey there, welcome in, Janet. You can use your phone in Cozumel, and I think in all parts of Mexico. I believe so. I did last year. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, if you're flying into Houston, Carnival offers a really good price. I think I got it in here. I do. Here it is right here. They have a really good price. Now, if you're flying into George Bush, that's kind of far out. I would fly in a Hobby, and they do offer that shuttle service. If you're flying in, remember, y'all, I would fly in the day of because you're taking a chance. Anything can happen, If you fly in the day of, that's taking a big chance. So try to fly in the day before. But anyway, coming from George Bush way out there, one way is $58.99. So you might as well say $60, $59, okay? Now, a round trip is $117, okay? Hobby is only $41 one way and $83 round trip. So it's best to fly into Hobby if you're gonna do that. And you get the free shuttle service to the port. Okay. All right. So I just want to share it with y'all. And we plan on having a meet and greet in Galveston that Saturday night. So those are interested in going, we'd love to have you. Okay, y'all. I think I covered everything. You know how we do after we eat. I'm bored. There's nothing to do in this little town. So I'm going to Houston this weekend. Houston, for the last, Lord, ever since I was way before it came out, Houston has always had this thing called Splash. Now, it's not the same anymore. It's completely changed. All the people who started it, most of them are dead, deceased. And They still have it, but it's not the same. It's just like Freaknik ain't the same. And just certain things, it's just not the same anymore. And so, but me and my best friend, another of my best friends, not Chase, because he lives in Houston. James, he's like my brother. Him and I we're going this year in memory of a friend of ours who passed away. And we always think about our friend Curtis when we go to Splash. That's who called me earlier when y'all first got on my live. And I was like, yeah, Curtis is somebody we always think about. And just in memory of him. Plus, I got to go to Houston and take care of some business. So it had something to do with my show. So other than that, I'm good on going anywhere, doing anything, because I'm going to be in Houston, turning up this weekend. And nobody's reached out to me. The next person, when I get to Houston, and somebody hits me up and say, when you come to Houston, I'm going to block you from my live. I'm going to block you. Because you're bullshitting and you're playing games, and I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. I may be a little slow, but I ain't dumb. Because I've been telling y'all for the last 4 months, I'm coming to Houston. Oh, I'm going to email you. Ain't nobody emailed me yet. You're going to wait till I'm good and there, and then they're going to wait till I'm gone. They're going to say, well, PT, what happened to you? Blocked. Stop playing with me. Either you want to hang out with me or you don't. I'm not begging nobody to hang out with me. I'm just letting you know. Stop telling me you want to hang. I want to meet you, PT. I want to hang out with you and stuff. Stop lying to be seen on the internet. Because the next time you say that, and I'm going to wait till I come up there, and when I come back home, let the first person say, oh, I didn't know you was coming to Houston. Because motherfucker, well, I was coming. Because how long I've been saying it, Janet? How long I've been saying I'm coming to Houston? For the longest. So, yeah, you're going to get blocked. And the people in Houston, in Atlanta, too, don't come on here with that bullshit. Once I leave and come back home, oh, I didn't know you was coming. I've been saying that for 4 or 5 months. I'm coming to Houston, and I'm coming to Atlanta. Atlanta Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I've been saying it forever. And I think some people just come on here just to be seen. Just because they just want to say something. Damn. To be honest with you, I don't want to, I got plenty of things to do in Houston, but I'm trying to meet people who say they love me and they want to spend time with me. I want to, hang out with them and stuff. But if you don't, I'm not going to beg you to, and I'm not going to sit up there and let you keep telling me on my live that you want to meet up. And then every time I come on here, you're lying. You just want to be seen. And no shade, baby. All of those people who following me, I don't need no readings. Okay. I don't need no readings. I don't believe in that stuff. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Okay, so I appreciate you. For those who say, oh, I do readings, I can tell. No, I don't. Keep that to yourself, okay? All right, guys. I hope you guys had a great afternoon with me. It's been real. It just must be hot outside because it's hot in my apartment. Turn on my air. It has been wonderful hanging out with you guys. I love each and every one of you moderators. Thank you for coming in. And I will see you guys. I'm doing the show this Wednesday and Thursday. No. I'm doing the show this Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Because I always do a show before I go out of town. Love you guys. Oh, I'll be in Fort Worth Thursday night before I leave and go to Houston. Okay. Yeah, I don't do readings. Yeah, I don't do readings, honey. I don't mean no harm, and she probably don't mean no harm either. But I don't do readings. Another thing that'll get you cussed out if you come on my live and say, well, I'm gonna pray for you. No, you're not. You're not gonna pray for me because I don't even know who you are. I think my prayers have got me pretty far. Do y'all do these? Y'all do the Metamucils? Hello there, welcome in. Do y'all do the Metamucils? I do them sometimes. I do them. They do. I don't know if they're really good for you, but they do help you, digest. No, I don't know. Now, if people just come on here, PT, I love you. I'm praying for you. But I mean, like, if somebody say, "Oh, can I pray for you?" Like this on the no, I don't need you to pray for me. No, I'm good. I think I made it this far. I think I'm good. I'm checking with y'all later on this evening, okay? Am I doing the show? I don't think so, but I might. This is how I feel. Love you guys. Be good. Thank you. Bye bye, y'all.